Wake up, Warrior Nation and viewers alike. We got 3 minutes on the clock as we count down here from the Bexley Lions, Worthington Christian Warriors tip-off. This is a varsity game, and we would like to note, so this whole Saturday was Championship Saturday. And so we had multiple alumni games going on, and we end that with the varsity game. And unfortunately, throughout the games, a very beloved Worthington Christian man, Mr. Tim Cranack, the assistant principal of the high school, tore his Achilles tendon. So he's at Riverside right now. So viewers out there, if you would please consider that and pray for him. And, just best wishes that he gets better.
Absolutely. Just keep Cranack in your thoughts. We wish him a speedy recovery.
We really do, yeah. I feel bad for him. So this one's for you, Cranack.
Absolutely. Pulling a muscle is it's certainly never easy. But he'll recover. He'll be back. And just keep him in your thoughts and prayers.
Please do.
As we get underway here, we're going to be dedicating this one to Cranack.
True. And also, the Warriors 1999 varsity team, they won the state championship in 1999. That's the 20th anniversary. Can you believe that?
I mean, we certainly want to see some more championships so we can celebrate more anniversaries like this, but it's been a while.
Absolutely, it has.
But we know this team, this Worthington Christian team, is certainly hoping to replicate their success. We were able to see them play earlier, get back out on the court. They were looking up to them. They want to really be just like them. I mean, that's the goal for all this, isn't it? Just to get to that state championship. It's everyone's dream in high school.
So on this day, we honor that championship won by that 1999 team. And all the coaching staff, the cheerleaders, the players, everything that went into that.
Absolutely. We were able to see players come back. Tyler Joseph was here playing, honored guest. If you haven't heard of Tyler Joseph, I suggest you get out from under the rock you're living under.
Perhaps.
And Google it. Go get on the internet.
Yeah, search engine.
So 21 seconds here, and we're going to get underway. Pretty excited for this game. It's going to be a quality matchup between the Lions and the Warriors.
This is a conference game, too.
Absolutely.
So there's a little tense here. Definitely, I would say full-out rivalry, but definitely a rivalry nonetheless.
Some extra animosity going on. There's always more on the line for games like this as the players line up to salute the flag for the national anthem. All right, the players have been announced. The clock is set, and we're ready to get underway here at the Hogue to close out Champions Saturday. There's been a lot of great competition going on here today, but this is certainly the climax as teams get set to take the court and really show off their skills. Setting up for the tip-off now. It's going to be Nakimba, number 33. And looks like Bexley is going to put up their number 21, Ruane Callahan. Some last-minute preparations here from Bexley. Going to clean up their side of the court here. Seems to have been a little spill, and we'll get things going. So, David, what do you anticipate tonight? I mean, we got a big game coming.
I think it's going to be a big turnout by both teams. You know, I haven't seen Bexley play before, but from what I've heard, they're not half bad. We'll say that.
Well,
so I think it'll be a game for sure.
Certainly a successful team, and the tip-off goes to the Warriors. Hearing from the beloved student section, affectionately known as the Zoo. It's jersey night over there. We're seeing all kinds of jerseys and cheering on the Warriors. Tyler now with the ball. Nakimba takes a three and drains the first shot of the game. You love to see that, folks. Some high pressure here from Nakimba. Bexley's number 22, Anthony Welsh now. Down to Ruane Callahan, who puts one in, and is pretty excited about that one. Warriors now with the ball, looking to return fire. DJ with it. Hands it off to Derek. Derek to Steven Spade. And a miscommunication here as the ball is passed out of bounds by the Warriors. Stuff like that you don't want to see start building up. You know, those miscommunications, if they start to get you early, it can really put your team off balance.
When that stacks up, it can have some unfortunate consequences. Great drive to the basket.
Tyler
recovers. DJ's going to pass it down.
Derek fighting in, puts it up, and cannot get it there. Bexley recovers. Losing it there for a second is Nazir Tucker. Passes it off. And Nazir gets it again. Into Ruane Callahan. Looking for a way in.
Spade's going to try to intercept. Oh, there's a shot.
The wide open three, unable to capitalize, is Ruane Callahan. DJ now with the ball to Derek, the shooter for Worthington Christian, and he starts off 0 for 1 on threes for the night.
Welsh is going to bring up the ball.
Takes it past Derek to Callahan, driving
forward. Great drive there.
The lead to Bexley.
DJ Morris going to bring up the ball. Spade to his left. Trying to set up a play. Kinberg. Back to Moore. Shot.
From downtown, and it's off the backboard and out. Another three fails to go in for the Warriors, and it's Bexley ball. Nazir Tucker now with it, taking it down. Lines up against Steven Spade. Passes it off to Leo Schottenstein, and a long shot there from Wilk. Cannot quite make it, but they're able to recover and put some points in.
A good rebound there. Moore's with the ball. He's going to drive in. He loses it.
Just gets it popped out of his hand there as he drives in.
It's going to be a Warrior ball. Number 3, Charles Collins, is going to come in. And number 5, Derek Harden for the Warriors.
Nakimba steps off the court here after some solid minutes there.
Good inbound to Kinberg.
Derek drains one. And if you recall, David, at the beginning of the Grandview game a couple weeks ago, we saw Derek with just
I'm having a flashback almost.
Absolutely magical shooting percentage.
Absolutely.
You know we're hoping to see that again as this game gets underway. I mean,
and I can almost tell already, the Warriors look like they're taking those three-point shots. Bexley almost appears to be driving and trying to get those layups. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, strategy perhaps. It seems, these two teams, I mean, Bexley has obviously taken some three-point shots, but you could tell they're much more focused on kind of driving to the court, whereas taking those long-range shots.
Yeah, you can see the Warriors trying to shut things down on defense and hold Bexley to the exterior of that three-point line, and the Warriors are taking it down, looking for those quick, easy points with the threes. DJ now with the ball across the line. Off to Nakimba. Nakimba being held in by Nazir. Back up to DJ, who's doing a little fancy footwork there. The pick set by Charles almost works, but it's off to Tyler. Tyler to Derek. Derek driving in, a nice move there, and 2 points for the Warriors as they retake the lead.
Welsh with the ball coming up. Harden's going to try to pressure him. 21-2. Shot.
Up. Ooh. Oh, and it rolls out. Going down hard is Leo Schottenstein, who seems to be struggling back to the other end. Recovers onto DJ, who drives through him. Oh, just off the rim and out. Bexley now recovering. We're starting to hear from both head coaches here. Kevin Weekly for the Warriors and Todd Phillips for the Lions. Steven out to Charles. Charles starting to lose it there, recovers. Tyler drives in, and 2 hands. He throws it down for the Warriors. Much to the delight of the crowd.
The zoo goes nuts.
Some TK chants lately coming up from the zoo. And an interesting attempt there from number 5. Ooh, Tyler giving a little applause to him, and number 5 is not loving it, giving him a little elbow there.
Absolutely. And it seems he wanted to try to do his own dunk, but was unsuccessful.
Just as we thought, things were starting to heat up early. DJ with it. We've got Drew Fayetta now on the court. Drew now with the ball. To Charles at the top of the key. Being guarded now by Leo, who seems to have shaken off his injury. Charles with it again. Over to DJ, who spins, takes it in, and can't capitalize. Bexley now with the ball.
Number 5 going in.
And getting over both Drew and DJ is number 21 for the Lions,
Welsh.
Callahan.
Drew with the ball. Collins back to Moore. Trying to set up a play, it looks like. TK to his left with the ball. Back to Collins. Going to drive in. Loses it. Bexley ball.
Ricochets off Charles' knee there. And it's going to be Bexley. Jake Nowak going in for the Warriors. a beloved Dub C personality.
A very lively player.
Absolutely, you're gonna see that in his play. He's got excellent ball handling skills. They're gonna be getting him on there, trying to find a way inside to penetrate that Bexley defense. But it is their offense now, with a chance picked up by Charles, who takes it the other way.
Excellent interception there. Just you can see the intended pass receiver, but just steps in and says, "No, you're not getting it."
Derek unable to put down his second three of the night. Keeps him at 3 points. Bexley trying to drive in.
Ooh,
a crazy
bad
pass there. Goes all the way to the other, and it's going to be...
So you can see Nowak was right on that.
Something you'll definitely notice is the quickness of these Warriors. They're able to respond to the play with excellent speed. You know, the ball kind of lost control. Bexley's bounced in the other way, and Jake was immediately on that, looking for the shot. But it went to the Warriors to set up a play here. Derek to Drew. Drew passes it down to Jake. DJ looking for a drive in, and held off by 22, much to the delight of Bexley's crowd.
Oh.
Drew Fayetta throwing it up and can't find contact with the backboard. Some air ball. Chance coming from Bexley. Rolls in and out on the three. DJ with it. Passes it to Derek, who's wide open but can't get under control in time. DJ lines up. And these threes, I'm telling you, David, it's going to come back to haunt the Warriors if they can't start to play a more consistent game of basketball, you know?
That's true. If they can't make them, it's not worth taking them if you can't make it, really.
So far, though, they've been able to even things out there with a solid defense as they're able to maintain the lead, but only by one. A tricky pass there by Leo Schottenstein.
More with the ball. He's going to drive forward. Oh.
And that is going to go Bexley's way after that call. DJ a little confused here, you know, looking at the ref. Not too happy with the call.
Second guessing it.
Absolutely.
Kidberg is going to come in for more, looks like. Bexley's going to bring up the ball.
Derek squaring off against Anthony Welsh. Tyler tips the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Bexley maintains possession here. Going to be sent in by number 5, Will. A quick pass underneath.
Under the bucket.
And able to capitalize with some excitement right before the end of this first quarter is Ryan Callahan. And 8 minutes into this game, what do you see, David? I mean,
well, the first thing I notice is Bexley seems to be trying to get under the bucket and come up and just get those layups, those passes underneath the bucket. And the Warriors, I mean, what do you think? I feel like they're having a hard time driving into the basket because when they do, they kind of get boxed out, and that's when they got to divert the ball to the outer barrier and try to take those 3-point shots because I don't think they can feel that they can get in there.
Certainly. I mean, they've got the shooters. We've got Derek, able to drain a lot of threes here, but if you keep up with that kind of strategy, it's not going to pay off in the end. As Warriors are putting in a couple shots here. It's 10-13. Things are still tight, but as time drags on, I think consistency is going to start to stretch the Warriors a little too thin if they can't just start getting to the basket like Bexley is. But I think what's saving them right now is their defense. I mean, the Warriors have shown great defense as Bexley's been driving in.
Good pressure, especially on those 3-point shots. They have limited Bexley to 4 3-point shots, which they have not made. The Warriors, though, are 2 for 7.
Jake and Derek seems to be alone here. Catching up
Breakaway.
is Bexley, who shuts him down. Warriors still with the ball. Gonna try to bring things a little closer here. Nakimba asking for it. He's not gonna get the ball as Jake holds on to it. Jake Nowak into Tyler, almost gets it, picks off, holds on to it.
Nakimba with the ball, back to Drew.
And Drew puts one down. Stone cold silence over here from Bexley. Things are tied up now, 13-13, and some taunting coming from the Zoo now, but an excellent pass gets underneath to Ryan Callahan.
Another one of those under the bucket shots.
We've certainly seen some tricky passing plays here from Bexley. Warriors are going to have to start figuring that out.
Now the question is, can they hold up doing that? Because some of those passes are a little risky. If the Warriors intercept those, they're gonna destroy that advantage they got.
Definitely. I mean, they've got 7 minutes here before half. They're going to try and obviously figure that out now. But I think it's going to be evident when they go back to the locker room. They're going to start talking about what's going on. They're going to start seeing these tricky passes that are slipping through. And if they can start picking them off, it's going to be pretty devastating for the Lions.
It will. Drew with the ball. Pass. Shot by Harden. Does not make it. Bexley dribbles down. Welsh with the ball. Shot. Does not make it. Hazelwood to Kenberg, and
Tyler knocked off balance there, but it's gonna pan out here for the Warriors as they get possession.
Bexley crowd seems a little upset by that call. Kenberg is going to inbound it.
Leo Schottenstein coming back in, subbing
21.
out Ryan Callahan. Jake up top with it. Drives in, can't find a shot. Backs it off to Tyler.
Jake Nowak with the shot.
The fader off the backboard, up and in. Bexley holds on to the lead. Anthony Welsh taking it down. Being pressured by Drew, and Derek splits down to Nazir, who takes it up. Rebounded by Bexley, who puts it up again and puts 2 on the board. 13-17.
Nowak with the pass. A
wild pass, unable to be controlled there by Derek. Bexley's crowd getting excited here as it is a little quieter across the court at the Zoo. That's something you definitely don't want. You want to keep your crowd in it. You want to keep the energy high. If things get shut down too early, it could be disastrous.
It's a great emotional builder for your players.
Absolutely.
And that's probably maybe the third or second bad pass we've seen, which I'm kind of impressed by, because you can't do that because you're just giving up free plays. Great drive to the court by Bexley. Nowak's going to bring it down. I mean, what Bexley has been really getting under that bucket for sure. You can tell the Warriors are much more spread out behind the three-point line, trying to get a shot off here. Trades it.
Derek puts one down. That's 2 for 5. And
the Warriors are 4 for 10, so 40%. Bexley is 0 for 5 in their three-point shots. So definitely the Warriors are owning this three-point shot.
Unable to get in there as hands go up all around him. Nazir Tucker drives in. Tyler Kimberg helping it out there. A little display of sportsmanship. You know, things get intense out there, but they keep sight of the game for sure. Always love to see that. Picked off by Derek on that inbound, controlling it. Passes it off to Jake, who dribbles it. Back to Derek, not quite ready for it.
A rough pass there.
Yeah.
He was unprepared for it a little bit. Luckily, it didn't come back to bite them. Going to set a screen there.
With plays like that, I think it's becoming increasingly evident that the Warriors' communication has to pick up a little bit. We've seen a couple wild passes that have, just missed players. We've seen some unexpected things.
Nakimba with the shot.
And those threes aren't going in. And I think we can account both those things, the fact that the Warriors are not quite draining a lot of their threes.
Oh.
Getting
Easy
down
points.
under once more. And a bit of a pattern forming here. The Warriors have got to figure this out.
They got to shut that down.
Really looking for consistent points now of the Warriors. Trying to find a way under. Another three.
Not good.
Not able to capitalize again. And it's Bexley's ball.
So, I mean, it seems like the Warriors are going for the threes, and Bexley is pretty much doing those, 2 points under the bucket setup. And it's kind of interesting because it doesn't seem like either team has really realized that almost, because it's still, they're letting each other do it. So
I think going to this timeout, and especially halftime, with strategies and patterns that are especially evident forming into this game, I think we're going to see
halftime probably
a big change coming
Yeah.
after halftime.
Excellent point. No, I'm sure you're right.
Possibly even in a couple minutes, as this is the first time out here of the game. Going to try and sort things out. We got Coach Weekly talking to his players. And Coach Phillips down at the other end.
Well, Coach Weekly's been here. This is his 19th year of coaching. So he started coaching in 2000. He was the head coach. So the year right after the boys' varsity team won the 1999 state championship. So he has obviously come off of that in his coaching career. And so you could tell he definitely wants to continue that.
Absolutely. You got to keep this Warrior basketball legacy going. And Jake with the ball. Driving in. Can't quite find his way. Nakemba with it. Back to Jake. Jake for three. It looked like Anthony Welsh got a finger on it there. Lands short. And Nazir Tucker now with the ball. Goes short. And those rebounds have to get picked up by the Warriors. Three-pointer.
So right there, perfect example of you missed the 2-point shot, you don't get the rebound, and it actually becomes a 3-point shot. You can't do that. If you do that, I mean that's gonna come back to bite them. That's why rebounds matter.
And it's something we touched on earlier. I mean, you saw in the JV game what kind of came back to haunt them in those last couple minutes as the Bexley team pulled away, was that they were taking threes, and they have plenty of talent. They can hit those threes if need be, but it's about shot quality. And we're seeing that here too. The Warriors are rushing it a little bit. They're trying to cover too much ground with each possession, and they're slowly losing it as they miss each shot. And another three from the Warriors. This one
right as we say
the
Russian things, they prove us wrong.
.22 driving in.
Oh, does not make it this time. Been unusual. Oh.
Miscommunication coming once again.
Yeah, so far we have seen a bit, that miscommunication there. That's not good. That can sometimes be a precursor to, more critical plays down the game. You don't want that to come back to bite you. So hopefully they get that resolved, and they just, it's one of those things that's easier said than done, but all you have to do is just talk,
Definitely got to clean it up. The Warriors putting 2 on the board. The score is now 21-27 with just 2 minutes remaining in this half. Anthony Welsh has it down to Leo Schottenstein. Nazir with the 3 and puts it down. 30 points now for Bexley. The zoo is quiet, but Bexley is really heating things up here as our student section getting into it.
Minute 37 on the clock. Kinberg with the ball. Trying to, getting a little loose there. Recovers, though. Good recovery. Shot by Spade. Can't get it. Welsh is going to come back down with the ball for Bexley.
Driving in. Tyler gets up and in front of him. And the
Zoo
Zoo loving that.
Really excited there. Eating it up.
Really trying to pump up their team. A minute 18 left. The Warriors are probably really going to push for a couple points here. Going to try and cut down the deficit as much as they can.
Faeda comes in for Nowak. Fresh talent on the court. Charles is going to come up with the ball. Minute 12 on the clock. Spade. Warriors setting up a play. Faeda to his left. Harden with the ball. Back to Spade to Drew. Spade again. Back to Charles. Shot. No good.
Leo Schottenstein with the ball. Another solid pass there to Ryan Callahan. Heading back to Will and Nazir with it. Tyler trying to shut this down. They certainly do not want Bexley to put any more points on the board here with only 30 seconds left. Bexley taking their time. Steven putting some pressure on. Juggling it around near midcourt. Bexley still has the ball, taking it in, and that is not gonna
fly well.
Not gonna fly with the refs there. Some conversing going on with the refs, and we're hearing lots of yelling for calls on both sides of the court here from the fans. And looks like it's gonna go Bexley's way.
Looks like it. 10 seconds left in the second quarter.
Bexley's head coach, Todd Phillips, trying to organize things here.
Bexley's going to inbound to Nasir Tucker. Kidberg with great defense. So no good.
Some deception going on there from the Zoo, calling out 3-2-1. Trying to rush Bexley. They're going to keep things cool and have none of that.
3 seconds left.
Nazir at the line. Puts one down. A 10-point differential. Coach Weekly giving some direction to his team as time expires. Jake's going to try to take it down. Long shot. And he's unable to get it in there. Seems like we're going to have a bit of an event here coming in on halftime. Some announcing of championship teams. We'll tune you guys into that. But real quick.
Alumni too. So what do you think of this 11-point deficit? I think, the Warriors, 3-point shots, and then Bexley, they've been going under the bucket a lot. I don't know. It's interesting to see that. And I think during halftime, I think the coaches are going to point that out because you can tell it's very clear. I mean, it's almost like a line. They're on this side, they're on that side with these field goals they're making.
I mean, we've certainly talked about it a lot. It's been evident what's been going on this half. Both teams know that. They're going to really start to figure things out. I think the Warriors just got to clean things up, 11 points can seem like a lot, but if they've got plenty of time if they just start to figure out really what's going on, and I certainly believe they can. The coaches are going to be, drilling it into them, drilling it in that Bexley is just getting down under, and I think they're definitely going to have to cut back on those threes. Like we talked about, start getting some more consistent points on the board, but they're certainly capable. You could tell there was a little bit of holding back this half. The Warriors, I'm sure both sides were keeping their players, their top players, keeping them rested, because it's a long game. As we talked about earlier, those last couple of minutes, that's what it really comes down to. We've seen teams pull away by 10 points. A bit of a extreme audio going on here.
Very, very loud all of a sudden.
But, we've seen teams come back from 10 points in the last minutes, and we've seen them pull away from 10 points, certainly. So it's not much of a problem here for the Warriors. I think they can figure this out.
Well, and you mentioned the 3-point shots. The Warriors are 4 for 13 And as a coach, 4 for 13, I wouldn't be comfortable with that.
Absolutely.
I mean, I can understand 5 for 10. Okay, maybe 4 for 13 though. I would at least want to be at the 50% range. They're at 31%. So and I think the communication, definitely there's been some communication errors, and I think as you pointed out, Scott, the coaches, you can get some energy back, and you can get some things fixed.
Well, I think what might have happened is you saw in the very beginning, the Warriors' threes were a bit more consistent than they were at the end. They started to kind of run out of juice there. But you don't want to lean into it too much. You might have been a little too confident as with a hot start on those shots. Don't want to lean into it too much because it can fail you, and we've seen it has faltered a little bit for the Warriors. Bexley on the other end. What do you think they're going to change, David?
I think if the Warriors if the Warriors allow those passes under the bucket, if they let Bexley do that, I think they can take advantage of that. But I think they got to come up with a new strategy here because it has been a little risky. Not all of them have been intercepted, but I think it's becoming more apparent to the Warrior defense. So maybe some more 3-point shots. They're 2 for 7. So they haven't taken as many, but 2 for 7. That's still not a good percentage of making them. So if I was Bexley, I think I would focus on driving the ball because I think they can. They got a lot of tall guys. At least 5 of them are 6 foot, over 6'2" looks like. So I think forceful driving of the ball could really help Bexley here.
Yeah, I mean, if the Warriors do figure this out on their own defensive end and start to kind of shut down those passes, there's going to be a real change from Bexley because they've definitely gotten most of their points from that. But if the Warriors, it's not that big of a change they have to make. They just got to communicate a little more, make sure people don't get underneath like they have so many times. But if they can figure that out, I think they can really stun Bexley and put their back on their heels because that's all they've got so far. They've had not a very good 3-point shooting percentage, as we've talked about.
Sure.
They've had decent drives, but if they can just get shut down coming in, they're going to have some problems, I think.
I agree with that. And I think I've noticed that the Warriors sometimes like to double team or triple team when certain Bexley players. And that hasn't always turned out well because it leaves another guy open. We saw this a little bit in the JV game. They would do that a little bit, and we haven't seen it a lot, but I think that's dangerous because it opens up. I think that's another area that communication applies to here. But, overall, I don't think it's not a bad opening half for sure.
Yeah.
So, and I think, if they're down by 11-point deficit,
it's momentum.
The Warriors can easily come back, but Bexley can easily just end it.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be who has it.
It'll be a very important first couple of minutes here. Bexley can either start to run away with it or the Warriors can keep things under control. Momentum towards the end of that half was certainly Bexley's way, I think you would agree. I mean, the points just started to add up on their end. The Warriors slowed down a little bit as, time wore on. But if the Warriors can just spin the momentum the other way, calm things down a little bit, it's going to be a good change.
Totally.
And very important, you got to get the crowd back into this one.
You do.
I mean, the zoo, it's quiet over there.
You really do.
You've heard a little chanting. Really, I think the mark of a good game is when the student sections are going back and forth.
I think you're right.
That's when people are really into it. That's when you know it's a tight game. Both teams think they can win, but the Warriors don't think they can win. Neither will the student section. Things are going to quiet down, and you cannot have that. That's what's going to be a big change. So we're going to have to call out to the zoo here, try and get things going.
I think you're right. So right now, the court, the Worthington Christian Warriors are paying homage to the 1999 championship team. So the crowd of people right on the right side of the court are the cheerleaders and their families, and then the players and the coaching staff is being introduced from 1999. They're going through those families. So it's unique to see where these players, what they've done, and then where they are today, and the coaches and the cheerleaders, you know?
Mike is the owner of Hill Land Management, LLC. Mike and his wife Danielle have 3 children, Bennett, Claire, and Jack. Jonathan Reid.
So we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be right back with some more Warrior basketball. Stay tuned.
Strength and conditioning programs for teens and adults. Percentage in a career, going 304 for 479 in his career for a 63.5%. Scott and his wife Meredith have 2 children, Marcus and Adeline. Athletic director Ken Conlon. Ken currently works at the J Company. He is married to Suzanne. He is married to Suzanne, who works at Worthington Christian Elementary School. They have 3 children, all graduates of WC. Courtney, class of 09, Bethany, class of 11, and Colleen, class of 15. Team Dr. Tom Engelhardt. Dr. Engelhardt joined the Ohio Ophthalmology, the Anesthesia Associates, and works at the Eye Center of Columbus. Tom and his wife Jenny have 3 children, all graduates of WC. Andrew, class of 04, Kara, 07, and Emily, 2011. Assistant coach Steve Biffle. Steve is the pastor of the Church of the Living Word and owner of Biffle Associates, a tax accounting and consulting firm. Steve and his wife Nancy have 2 children who graduated from WC. Nicole, class of 95, and Shad, class of 99. Assistant coach Blair Beals. Blair is the physical education teacher and varsity boys basketball coach at Legacy Christian School in Noblesville, Indiana. Blair has 3 children, all of whom are graduates of WC and players in our basketball programs. Brittany, class of 05, Chris 06, and Brady 09. And head coach, Ray Slater. Coach is retired and living in Florida with his wife Nancy. Ray and Nancy are the proud parents of 3 WC graduates, Jeremy, class of 93, Jamie, 94, and Jody, 99. Not able to be here with us tonight are players Mike Easley and assistant coaches Roger Edwards and Steve Stewart. Please join with us in recognizing the 1999 Division IV State Championship basketball team. After tonight's game, Warrior Nation is invited to join all of us in the commons for a viewing celebration of a video of the state championship game, along with cake celebrating with everybody. If we can have the players, cheerleaders, please head to the commons for some picture opportunities. We would appreciate it. Tonight's event is sponsored by former WC student athletes Miles Miller, Zach Joseph, and Mark Parcel. As loan officers with the lending pack at Union Home Mortgage, they are here today to help with any of your home financing questions and needs. Please check out and like the lending pack, PACT, on Facebook.
Welcome back, viewers. We're gonna get the second half started here. So we'll see, what team comes out with the momentum here. We had a break.
Certainly excited to see the changes that both teams made in the locker room.
Absolutely.
There was a lot of talk going on back there, and Warriors trying to start off with a bang. Derek with a three.
Good rebound.
Recovered by
I
Nakimba,
like the
who puts it
rebound.
up. And 2 points early for the Warriors. They're going to try to start crawling back as soon as they can here. Hold Bexley to as little points as possible.
Welsh to Cordell. Back to Welsh. Back to Callahan under the bucket. Can they do it?
And
no.
shut down, but recovering the ball. Nazir with the three.
Ooh.
Drains it.
Very
that's going to
clean
hurt.
there.
DJ now with the ball. Taking it across the line. Setting things up now. Passes it off to Derek. Derek back to DJ. Calling out the play. And it goes right back to the corner where it was Steven. Tyler now with it. Derek looking to get it under there to Nakimba. Nakimba fighting his way in, up, and rebounded by number 21, Ryan Callahan.
So there's one possession there that they just gave up. And that's going to come back to hurt them.
Cutting it now as Welsh. Stopped by Nakimba.
No good. Oh.
Fake. And unable to put it in.
That was unsuccessful, but that was the second time they tried the under the bucket, but they did it. It didn't work, so they went outside on the corners, and it didn't work that time. But you could tell it maybe looks like a potential strategy fix there.
Nazir drives down the other way and puts in two. And surprisingly, a moment ago we saw another three-point attempt for the Warriors, unable to go in. 6:03 in the third quarter. The score is 23-37, and so far Bexley has been able to lengthen their lead. Warriors certainly going to try to not let them run away with it, but it's getting a little dangerous.
Absolutely, you can tell they. I don't know if it's like better ball handling skills, or if it's just they just have the, they're in the groove almost. You kind of tell that they're just in the pocket, and that's allowing them to do a lot more. And the Warriors, they're kind of, yeah, that's the best way to put it. Because you can tell Bexley, it's almost coming naturally. They try to under the bucket like they did in the first half, and you can tell it didn't work as well, and they just go outside, and it seems very smooth. And they've been able to do that, so far, twice. One they didn't score on, but, nonetheless, they were able to adjust. And the Warriors, it's questionable to whether they've done that.
Able to throw one down is Nakimba. And another three-point attempt. Ryan Callahan picked off by Derek, who capitalizes. Nice and easy. No
Excellent
cosmetics coming down. Keeping things simple the way it's got to be here. A quick pass into Leo Schottenstein down to Nazir.
Oh,
Picked off there by Nakimba. Steven with it. Looking to Derek, who's calling for it.
Noak. Ooh.
Charles with a wide open shot, decides not to take it. Jake's going to look to drive in with some
He's going to wait.
solid
He's going to
ball
wait.
handling.
Be safe. Got to get set up. He's going to drive in. Oh, loses it.
He seemed to have it there. Looked like he had a lane open, but it just got tipped out of his hands. Fortunately for the Warriors, they're going to maintain possession. Coach Weekly trying to set things up.
Noak is going to inbound the ball. Oh, to Nakimba. Nakimba to Spade. Back to Noak.
Setting up the play. Here's Jake. Cannot get around Leo Schottenstein, but there's Nakimba with a shot that goes short.
Welsh with the ball, driving forward.
Leo Shotton
Leo
looks open.
All right, on the outside there. In that corner. They're in that corner a little bit. Back to Callahan.
Callahan with a nice spin move on there. Can't quite get past Jake, though. And he's held. Passing after Nazir. Double teamed by Derek and Spade.
Back to Leo. Some good passing here. They're trying to get an open shot here, but as you can tell, the Warriors are making it very difficult.
Some solid defense.
Lots of attempts.
And a pass that gets tipped by Jake. Bexley keeps it. A couple subs coming in here for the Warriors. We got Tyler Kimberg, DJ Moore, and Drew Fayetta coming in for Steven Spade, Nakimba Mullins, and Jake Nowak. Going to be trying to make the change here. And we're hearing from the zoo now. We talked about it earlier. That's going to be coming pretty important here. Trying to get their team hyped up again. Leo Schottenstein and Bexley trying to shut down the student section, who goes silent on the 2 points for Bexley. DJ with it. Looking for a way inside. Squaring off against Anthony Welsh. A nice move there.
Oh.
Gets it stripped right off him, but the ref calls. Bexley's going to have it now. What was going to be a solid drive there by DJ got cut short. And Bexley
did.
Now has it. Number 22, Anthony Welsh.
This 11-point deficit has remained fairly consistent, So it's Kimberg with the ball. It's going to be interesting to see if Drew with the shot. Doesn't make it. Oh, rebound. Good job getting that ball back.
So as you mentioned, we've stayed pretty consistent with that 11-point deficit. So in this quarter, it's been a tight game, but Bexley was able to take that solid lead coming into the half. So the Warriors aren't letting Bexley run away with it per se, but they've got some clawing back to do, as some elbow calls coming from the Bexley fans, but the zoo is just eating it up.
Yeah, the Bexley did not like that call.
And now we're hearing from the zoo kind of pushing back against the Bexley student section. Drew with the ball into DJ. DJ keeping things calm.
Derek's open. He's going to get open shot.
A three off the rim, around and in.
Excellent.
Absolutely stunning. And a solid shot there, 31-39. And the crowd is getting back into it. Tyler trying to shut down 22, who can't find his way in. Ref calls it. Little confusion here, but it's going to be a timeout by Bexley. And things are starting to swing Worthington Christian's way.
Getting some energy back. The zoo is definitely helping. You can tell that the team appreciates just the energy they give off. It's contagious, and you can tell the Warriors are definitely absorbing it on those plays.
So about 2.5 minutes left. We got an 8-point deficit now. Warriors are going to try to really close the gap here before we get into the final minutes. The zoo doing their classic roller coaster. And it's always a lot of fun over there, let me tell you. A lot of energy from the zoo, with really built up with this basketball culture here at Worthington Christian. We always get fans coming out. We always get things hyped up for these big games, and it's a lot of fun for sure.
We call them the zoo for a reason. The zoo is going to inbound the ball to Welsh. The zoo very loud.
Welsh
is here with the ball. Good defense by the Warriors. Welsh with the shot.
Wide open three goes short.
They
throw it up again. And there it is. The NFLE to rebound coming back as the second three-point attempt goes in. DJ now with it. Top of the key. Some solid movement underneath by the Warriors. Drew now with it. Off to Tyler. Back to DJ, who brings it up top. DJ getting double teamed. Throwing along a little fancy footwork there.
Nakemba's going to drive. Oh, back to DJ.
Oh!
Uses the ball. He recovers it.
Ankle's broken, but DJ Luzin is unable to capitalize on
shot.
it. But he shoots a three, and it's up, and it's down.
Silences Bexley over there.
He's a freshman ringing out from the Warriors students.
Bexley with the fast response. Good layup. DJ's going to come back.
DJ calming things down. You can see Bexley's not letting the Warriors, come at them too hard, but the confidence beginning to build as some more consistent shots
a
coming
momentum
in.
change. DJ under pressure a little bit, goes forward.
Unable to get it in.
Bexley's going to come back up with the ball here. Welsh and Kenberg. Leo off to his left. He's going to drive forward. Oh, pass under the bucket.
Shut down there by Nakimba, and the Warriors rush the other way. DJ trying to take it in quick, loses possession. And a little bit of frustration coming out there. You don't want that.
You just can't do that. You gotta, you gotta keep your possessions and try to do something with it.
Subs coming in, we're seeing Aaron Young, number 1, the senior for Bexley coming in, is making his first appearance in this game. And he has the ball now. Off to Leo, and gonna be a travel.
Oh.
Going Worthington Christian's way now. Drew's gonna hand it off to Jake, and DJ's gonna be stepping back on the court with a quick sub here. 34-43, 28.2 left in the third quarter.
Over to DJ, the 6'2 freshman, a very talented player for the Warriors. Very explosive and contributes a lot to the team as a freshman this year. Nowak back to DJ. Drives forward. The ref calls it.
Looks like DJ's going to the line here. Not a lot of foul shots have been attempted in this game. It's been pretty clean so far. We knew just a few weeks ago at the Grandview game that was a huge factor, as the Warriors were unable to keep getting those foul shots in, but it hasn't really had a chance to affect them, as it's been a pretty clean game here tonight.
Yeah.
DJ's first shot goes in.
That's right. Bexley has made 3 of 4 free throws, and the Warriors, this is their first free throw of the game. 13 seconds on the clock. Third quarter's going to come down.
DJ's only able to put 1 in.
Welsh is going to dribble up here.
And
see if they do anything. And 3 seconds left. A shot.
A wild shot almost finds its way to the basket there.
Almost.
The Warriors get to breathe a little sigh of relief, as that is not able to go in. But ever so slowly, the Warriors have been able to, get some points, get some confidence back. It's going to be a fight here with 8 minutes left. It's going to be a long time for them to claw back. They've got a lot of work to do, but they're certainly not letting things get away from them.
Totally. And you can tell Bexley, they're definitely they're a very physical team. And I think they, in a way, they overpower the Warrior defense a little bit, as you can tell, with those under the bucket shots.
Mm-hmm.
But, they've been changing up their plays. They had some 3-point shots. They had some layups. So, it's definitely, I feel like they definitely evened out in their overall, point gaining process here.
There's been a pretty significant change in those 3-pointers as well. The Warriors have had some pretty stunning shots. We've had some solid threes coming from DJ and Derek now.
So interesting stat here. The Warriors are 8 for 23 on their 3-point shots, whereas Bexley's 4 for 10. So the Warriors have essentially have double the amount of 3-point shots, but yet they have only made 8 of them.
Exactly.
It's a very interesting stat there.
Charles now with it. Looking for a way inside. Struggling against number 5. Gets it through.
The zoo is pumped up.
An excellent shot there, and he goes to the line and 1. Ref calling it. And things getting a little quieter on Bexley's side as they start to get nervous as the Warriors are really building momentum here. Charles at the line. Up and able to drain it. That's 3 points on that possession for the Warriors. Having a hard time getting it in there as Nasir calls timeout rather than losing possession. But Warriors now showing some real confidence for one of the first times this game.
Definitely, you can sense the momentum change, especially as the zoo shouts out to the Bexley crowd.
Kevin Weekly figuring things out here. Team set to take the court again. Right at the start of this fourth quarter, seeing the Warriors really starting to claw back. And it's things like what we saw right there before that timeout that are really important. You know, the pressure that the Warriors were able to put on to force that timeout, that's really going to be important. And they're looking to do it again here, but inbounded here.
They're able to get it in. Not easily, though. Lots of pressure there.
Not taking the shot, and it goes back to Welsh up top. Squaring off with Tyler Kimber, who's going to try and hold him in here. Nasir with the ball.
Cordial to Leo.
The three-pointer.
Oh, very clean shot there.
Dagger. We've seen a lot of those coming from Bexley when the Warriors have started to get things going. We've seen a lot of solid threes coming from Bexley to kind of shut things down, which has been dangerous for sure.
They've been fairly consistent, making, you know, about
stumbling
around 50% of their three-point shots. DJ with the ball. Oh, ref calls.
DJ's been putting a little sauce on it today. He's been having some fancy footwork. We've seen Bexley players stumbling all over the place. Looks like Welsh almost lost his footing there, but was able to keep things going. And Warriors maintain possession. Nakimba with it. Holding it. Looking for his way past Leo. An excellent play there.
Drive.
Up and in. Gets in there, and he's got that open shot. Banks it off real easy.
Welsh to Cordell. Going to dribble up. Back to Welsh.
Pump fake there. And here comes Welsh.
Taking their time. Trying to get under the bucket.
And
doesn't get it.
Rebounded.
Good rebound.
And a bit of a desperate play there. The ref is not liking that. Number 21 with a diving play from the ground. You cannot do that.
The zoo is definitely alive. You can tell they're contributing a lot to the Warriors right now. Much more than Bexley has. Bexley's been almost quiet. Oh, well, never mind. They respond.
And 40 to 46 here. I mean, we haven't seen a differential like this. I mean, between, I think it was 13 to 17 about like 5 minutes into the game, and we're back kind of to that point.
6-point deficit. It's not that bad.
Oh, no. 2-3 points.
Oh.
And the ball being tipped all around.
Nasir recovers.
Jake with the interception, taking it the other way. Slows thing down to Derek from downtown with the three. And the student section goes absolutely wild.
Stellar performance there. I think the momentum has changed here drastically.
And just like that, in the last 5 minutes or so, we've seen this 11-point lead get cut down to 3. And I really think we're in for a good game in this last 5 minutes here.
I think we are, Scott.
And there it is. Bexley pulling out that classic strategy from their back pocket with that tricky pass down
Seems
under.
to be very reliable for them. DJ's to Jake, gonna set up a play here.
Charles recovering it off that tip.
Little risky. Nowak to DJ. Charles.
And then Charles getting under.
Getting
trying
under.
to draw a foul.
And
Some little.
Warrior ball.
You could definitely see number 5 for the Lions trying to get that foul there, but the ref saw through it. And the Warriors now with a chance to
Make a good comeback here.
DJ
Going
inside and
Not
gonna be a
successful. 4 minutes, 48 seconds. I mean, there's good time left. And as you can tell, Bexley has let them come back. And you can almost tell they're getting emotionally drained a little bit. But they're both teams are still in this. Welsh with the ball. Over to the Sear.
and a little frustration. And I think, as you said, emotions are definitely starting to get high. The point differential through the majority of this game, I think, was able to keep the tension a little lower. The Warriors were just trying to figure things out. Bexley was just trying to stay consistent. But now that it's getting a little tight here, things are heating up for sure. There's some frustration being shown from the Warriors after they weren't able to get that ball. And it's going to come back to that beginning of the game when Bexley was throwing elbows. We're going to start to see that again. Three-pointer, and Bexley unable to pull that classic three-point dagger that they've been able to do for most of this game. Warriors certainly thankful for that.
Absolutely. Drew Fiata inbounds the ball. DJ's going to bring it up. Nowak on his left. Charles on his right. Going to set a screen there to Nowak, back to DJ. Trying to get some room here. Charles with the shot.
Wide
Does not
open.
make a good rebound.
Unable.
Drew with the shot.
And that's
Stone
good.
cold.
Magnificent. But
Bexley
unable
with
to
the
keep up with it.
comeback.
Bexley responds with a dunk. Huge play from Ryan Callahan to shut down the fire that was heating up on the other side. Unable to respond is Charles, and Bexley has it. What an exchange there with that three-pointer. But the Warriors.
Another layup here.
And
does not
the
make
foul
it.
drawn there. Bexley.
Was you tell the Warriors got a little happy there with their shot. They got a little off guard, and Bexley came back and bent them in. I mean, do you think there's been a momentum change here, Scott?
I mean, I think that was a really important moment in this game.
I think it was.
The Warriors are going to have to recover from that. You can't get too confident off of three-point shots like that. You can't enjoy the glory for too long when you are behind and let some massive dunk like that get in between you and the win.
Absolutely. Stay humble. Stay in it. And don't get too overexcited in these things. Timeout caught here. Teams are going to gather, go over some things.
Now, it's 46-52 with some solid time left. Bexley's taken back a lot of the momentum that they've lost in this quarter.
That's true, they have.
I think it's anybody's game at this point. 6 points, it's not a big deal. It's for sure going to come down to the wire here. And what we don't want to see is what has happened with a lot of games this year is the Warriors have brought it down, fought to their final breath, but in those last couple minutes, it just hasn't been able to go their way a lot of times this year. They're going to certainly be looking to spin that on its head this game and try and get their own last-second win.
I think you're right. The Warriors haven't had too much good luck in these type of situations. So, I'm not going to call it because 6 points, as the Warriors have demonstrated, they have the capability to shoot threes. And all they need to do is shoot two, and it's a tie game. So, you know, it's hard to
moments-
say.
Yeah. It's moments like this where you start to see how having a low shooting percentage on those threes makes a big difference. I mean, had they just been able to drain 2 more threes out of the 20-some they've taken, it would be a tie
and
game
all the
right now.
turnovers, the missed shots, the missed free throws.
DJ with a solid play, getting inside and one. And with this shot, he's going to try to cut the deficit in half here. A huge play.
Some Warriors subs.
And this is when you see key players like DJ Moore
Absolutely.
making that difference.
Warriors subs. Tyler Kimberg and Charles Collins are going to come in for Jake Nowak and Drew Faeda, number 2. Yeah, no, as I mentioned, this is where those missed possessions, all the mistakes you made, this is where you wish you hadn't made them. Because it's only a small gap, and if you had gotten that right, it would have been even smaller. It may not have even been a gap, you know?
For sure. Well, I think we definitely did see the Warriors clean things up in this second half.
I think we did.
And you can definitely credit that to the fact that they've been able to stay in this game like this.
Absolutely.
In the first half, we saw some pretty crucial mistakes, but we haven't seen anything quite like that this half, which has been huge.
Well, in the communication, what would you say about that?
I mean, it's been much better all over the board. You've definitely seen
I
Coach
agree.
Weekly getting his players
set up in the right formations.
Absolutely.
For sure.
DJ now with the ball. Looking to drive in, as that is what he's known for, and can't get it on that shot. Bexley now with the ball. 48-52, 2.5 minutes.
Derek is going to pressure. Oh, Nakimba and Derek are going to come up. It's no good, though. Nasir with the ball. Over to Cordell. Back to Welsh.
Derek looking to pick that one off there. A little too slow. Couldn't get there. Welsh with it.
Cordell over to Nasir.
Nasir driving in. Getting a finger on it is Nakimba, but able to follow through there was Nasir, and that's 2 points. And this 6-point differential, the Warriors are having a hard time moving past it. DJ with it. Setting the pick is Nakimba. DJ driving
forward.
Inside and off the
Rebound.
rim. Recovers, back up, and
Excellent.
that's 2 for the Warriors.
That's what you got to do at a critical play like that. You got to, if you don't make it, you got to get it back.
Getting through the Warriors defense was Ryan Callahan once more, who has been incredibly influential in these last couple minutes with his dunk and the ability to get through the Warrior defense. DJ cutting inside.
Oh, he makes it.
Gonna be and one. DJ going back to the line, and those have been huge. He's a freshman, rings out once more.
Probably the most signature shout the Zoo has, I would say. So minute 23, 4 points. I mean, the Warriors really gotta get focused here and make these free throws. Excellent work there. Bexley's gonna come up.
And the tie is now within the Warrior reach. Callahan coming the other way. Swings off of the rim. Doesn't get the dunk, but the points go in anyway. And you can see pretty excited about that, getting pumped. But that certainly could have gone a different way. And we're pretty happy he didn't get hurt there as he swung off of that rim.
That was a very critical play there.
And that's going to keep it so the Warriors do not have a possession in which they can tie it up. Had they been able to swing it back the other way, tie would have been within their grasp for the first time in a while here, but Bexley making crucial plays. Here's Ryan Callahan.
You know, this definitely does not help the Warriors at all. And, you know, that may have been a key point, a key turning point in this game.
DJ looking to drive in.
Nakimba with the shot.
For 3, and it's short.
Welsh with the ball. Coming out fast.
A nice pick by Jake Derrick the other way.
Great
Keeps it
performance.
simple, and it's good.
He didn't get too cocky, kept calm, and didn't finish the layup. That's what the Warriors need right now.
And a solid play by Jake. You saw him come from behind, picking it right off of the Lions and bringing it the other way. And 52 seconds here. You can see, I think Bexley's sweating a little bit. They're getting a little nervous.
I think they have. They've been able to keep that lead, but the Warriors, they're hanging in there. They get these little plays here, and they're able to do something with them. So the Warriors, they got to stay consistent here. That's the key. If they can do that, they got a good chance. They can't make those simple mistakes that they so often make at moments like these, you know?
Both sides are feeling a lot of pressure at this moment. I mean, if you're the Lions and you have the lead, you fought for this the whole game. You do not want to lose it in the last second. You're a little shaky as you've seen your team start to slip slowly. And on the other end of it, the Warriors really want to, close this out. They've fought back throughout this whole game, but it's nerve-wracking because every possession in the next 52 seconds could be an absolute game changer. A 3 either way is devastating at this point. And here they are. Bexley's going to have the ball as we are coming to a close. Tyler Kimberg lining up against Welsh. DJ and Tyler double teaming. The ref seemed to have missed a call.
The Sear over the corner. Nowak and Derek pressuring greatly. Welsh is just going to take a shot here.
High pressure from the Warriors as they need possession. 35.9 left, and seemed to be a bit of a double dribble that might have been missed there. Like you could see a lot of animation coming from the Warrior benches. They were not happy about the call. Same with the Zoo.
Absolutely, and all that. If the Warriors if they take the lead here, this will probably be their first lead of this half of maybe 3 quarters, if they're able to do it. So as you can see, Coach Weekly, both coaches are going to definitely, get their teams locked in here if they're not already, because one simple mistake and it's going to cost you, because you only have 35 seconds. So Bexley does, though. They got some, a little ease because of that 3-point lead, but still, it's not much.
We'll see what comes out of that timeout. We got the Warrior cheerleaders hyping up the student section, obviously playing a big part in keeping the fans hyped, keeping momentum going. And here we are. Crucial moments here as DJ puts high pressure on Welsh. Welsh off to Nasir. Jake staying on him. And the ref calls it. Looks like it's going to stay Bexley's ball as 8 seconds gets shaved off the clock there. Looks like we're going to see Isaiah coming in for his second appearance of the game.
DJ is going to come out. And the Warriors got to be very careful. They can't let Bexley go to the line, because if they do, they just can't. They got to protect every point.
Tyler with the intentional foul, trying to get possession back for the Warriors. But, you should see the strategy coming out as they try to get Isaiah, who's really got some height so they can get rebounds and go the other way. 19 seconds left, though. Definitely. It's a 3-point game.
Well, and Isaiah is the tallest player on the team at 6'5". The dude is a giant. So definitely able to get in there and really cause some problems for Bexley's passing game for sure.
Especially when it could very easily come down to Bexley's going to try to shave up as much time as they can in the following seconds. Could come down to Warriors. They're not going to want to foul here, as there's 3 points between the teams. If they send Bexley to the line, it's gonna make it a bit more difficult for them. So they're gonna try to pick it off Bexley, or let Bexley take a shot and get someone like Isaiah or Tyler, some of the taller players, get in for a rebound so they can bring it back the other way. And it might come down to a buzzer beater to tie things up and send things into overtime.
The timeout is up. The teams are going to come back onto the court here.
Here it is, shaking off their nerves a little bit. Warriors take the court. Bexley trying to gain as much confidence as they can. This determines the entire game. And it's certainly been it's been quite the night here, David. I mean, the momentum and the game could have gone either way throughout the whole thing, but it's really stayed tight. And here it is. The foul coming from the Warriors, gonna send Bexley to the line and hope they can.
That's not what the Warriors want right now.
Well, yeah, they're trying to gain possession back with the line.
Yeah, it is,
They're certainly hoping that Bexley doesn't make these shots so they can keep it within that 3-point range. Because if it gets outside of there, it doesn't matter if they hit that last second three. It's not going to do it for them. The Zoo trying to distract. And once again, coming in with an influential play is Ryan Callahan. Lining up for his second shot. And it's going to be a 4-point game. DJ coming down quickly, almost loses the ball, but maintains possession. Derek with it, cutting inside, and gets it. 6 seconds left.
So, a 3-point shot essentially possibly wins it. 2-point shot ties it for the Warriors. Bexley, on the other hand, either shot they make, the Warriors are going to have a double possession here, pretty much, right?
For sure. I think the play here is definitely going to be, we're going to see the Warriors attempt to pick it off the inbound, but if they don't get it, it's certainly going to be a foul. Come down to Bexley's end. We're going to see if Bexley puts 2 points in on their foul shots. That could that's pretty fatal for the Warriors, but they're going to be crossing their fingers, hoping that they can only hit one shot so that they can come down the other end and tie it. Or if Bexley misses both, they could potentially win it. But here it is, 6.1 seconds. The teams take the court for what could be the last time.
I can't imagine the amount of pressure, the amount of emotion that these guys are feeling right now as this ball is inbounded.
The ball is in, clock is running, and there goes the foul. Headed down to Bexley's end with 5 seconds left on the clock. And these are some pretty important shots coming up here. This determines the game for sure. Both teams are going to be sending out their stars here. In the last couple seconds, we got the Warriors still going for those rebounds.
Nakimba and Drew and DJ are going to come in for Isaiah and Charles.
Anthony Welsh at the line with the chance to close things out. The student section really trying to put the pressure on him as this determines the game. Goes for his first shot and misses it. The rebound is not recovered by the Warriors, which that could be it, folks. I mean, the Warriors were definitely looking for that rebound there to take it the other day, but now it comes down to
they have a chance
another
here.
Shot. For
Bexley has to miss, and they got to rebound and get that shot off quick and in an accurate manner if they want to succeed.
Ryan Callahan unable to make the crucial play. DJ coming down. 2-1 and timeout Warriors.
1.2 seconds.
1.2 on the clock. We're really coming down to it, David.
All right, so Coach, he's going to draw up a play here. With 1 second, you just got to take a good shot.
I mean, the Warriors are too far out with the time remaining to go for the tie and push it into overtime. So it's going to come down to a quick inbound, and they got to get some quality shot off as fast as they can. And hopefully we see the Zoo go nuts here, David. It's either going to get real quiet or it's going to be loud, that's for sure.
It's going to be a long shot for sure, like you said. They don't really have the opportunity to tie it here. They got to get it in and take a fairly long 3-point shot, depending on how far they can get in.
In this game, this has been unbelievable. I mean,
It really has.
This has been quite a fight between these teams. Warriors unable to take the lead back after they lost it. Hopefully, up until this point, is what the Warriors are thinking. But they've taken their time. They've slowed things down, gotten the consistency going, and really, really fought back, trying to get this win. And it comes down to 1.5 seconds. Todd Phillips over on the Bexley bench trying to sort things out, and it is tense.
DJ Moore with the ball.
And this is it.
Here we go.
Looking for a way inside. Unable to control it. Derek throws it up, and it's short. It's going to be called. And
the zoo going wild.
And the Warriors still have a chance, and it is all on Derek's shoulders. The pressure, I can't even imagine. Derek's really just got to calm his nerves and just drain these shots, because it comes down to this. 0 seconds on the clock.
Absolutely. It's easier said than done.
Things getting hyped, as we are hearing a lot from Bexley's end, trying to keep Derek's nerves high, as he's going to be going in for his first shot.
The Warriors are 3 for 5 on their free throws, to 60% here. So they made more than they missed, but only by 1. So this game I've seen not very much free throws. So
you can see the anxiety on the fans' faces, on the players.
And this is where practice comes into play, because.
And here it is. Derek at the line for the game. First shot up. Misses it. And time expires. That's never easy, David. It came down to one player on one shot, and it shouldn't have come down to that. It never should come down to that. You can never put it on anyone. It's hard to end a game that way, but it was a good one. It was a great fight.
57 to 59. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad.
For sure. We expected, I think, Bexley to sort of start to pull away at the start of the half, as they had the big lead and they kept it up with the Warriors. An excellent display here. And you really hate to see that. You really hate to see that.
You do. But you really do. And ultimately, it does come down onto the whole team, though, because like we said, those turnovers, those shots you missed, if you're 10 for 28 on your 3-point shots, maybe you should have, taken off some 3-point shots and just, done some layups.
Well,
but, valuable lessons. And I think for both teams, I think for the Warriors, even though they lost, I think it has showed them that they're pretty equal with Bexley here.
It's a resilient team. Every
really
game is another lesson. We've seen the Warriors had a couple losses to important teams, but you can't forget how the close games. Grandview came down to the last couple of minutes.
It did.
Unfortunately, didn't go their way. Bexley, tonight didn't quite go the Warriors' way, but it just came down to those last few minutes.
It really did.
Whitehall, same sort of thing. So it may not look pretty on the score sheet. It may not look great, but the Warriors, they've got a team here.
Hard.
They've got a team. And I think when it comes tournament time, we're going to see those lessons that they learned.
And the experience they gained, too. I mean, it's hard playing under that much pressure. And so,
for sure.
I think at the end of the day, they learned so much. They gained so much here that it's going to help them down the road.
As we've touched on before, this is a young team. The Warriors are a very young team. You saw a lot of seniors on Bexley, but for the Warriors, they have their seniors, and they have great players that we're going to certainly miss in the years to come. But the experience gained from tense games like this, you want to get that early into some of their key players that are just
like you
coming
said,
in.
This young team against a senior team, that's incredible.
Yeah, it was
absolutely incredible.
Definitely a strong performance from the Warriors tonight.
So as we end championship Saturday, we would like you to keep Mr. Tim Kranak in your prayers and your mind.
For sure.
And we wish the best to him in his recovery. So from David Reid and Scott Ruane here for Championship Saturday. Have a great night, viewers, fans of both the Bexley Lions and the Worthington Christian Warriors. It's been an honor, Scott.
Absolutely. It's always a good time here, David.
It always is.
We have a good time. Just thank you for joining us, everyone, and I think we're closing out here.
Have a good night. Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe.
Stay frosty.